another tutorial. My name is Chrognar, and today you might notice something a little different about the screen setup here. Well, the difference is that I care about you. And to show it, you'll notice I am now on the left side of your TV screen. That's how much I care. I moved myself to the left side of your TV screen. And today, we're going to go over how to use Enums in UPBGE. And to show how prepared I am, I already have a component. You'll see here that we got a class called Color Switcher. Its type is BGE KX types KX Python component. We got our arguments. We have the start function for our component that inherits the args and pass. And we have our update function. So now the question is, how do you use enums? Well, I'm going to tell you, because you deserve a proper answer. So first, you look over to Blender here, or UPBGE rather. Oh, I also decided I'm not going to be doing Blender tutorials. If you need to learn Blender, I'm not going to tell you what keys to press. You're just going to have to be impressed with me. And then go to YouTube and find a Blender tutorial or something, or Gumroad. I don't know. Just find it. Because I'm here to show you Python, not Blender. Alright, so let's get started. So first we got this purple cube on a plane, and our camera's over here. So because I'm a nice guy, we're going to go to View, Align View, Align Active Camera to View. And we'll go ahead and click on this, and then I'll press G and Z twice and pull back. And press G and Z once and move up. Alright, now we have a decent view of our object. Let's start coding. So I'm kind of annoyed that this guy's purple. I think I want him to either be green or orange also, so I have choices. Because choices are great. A world without choices is a world of slavery. So today, you might ask, well, could I assign a property under add property? Assign it to a string called purple and then change it and all that stuff. Yeah, you can do that. You know, you can use logic nodes like a baby. But I'm going to show you how to do it with enums. Because you can do a lot of things with enums. And switch statements. You will learn about glorious switch statements. Anyway, continuing on. Here we go. So in order to use enums in Python, first you have to import the enum class. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to do from enum import enum. This is going to import the enum method from the enum Python class and allow us to use it. Or the enum class from the enum namespace, rather. And here we go. So to create it, first we're going to create, you'll see over here that we want to change this guy to purple, orange, and green. That's what we call a secondary triad in the art world for color theory. But this is not a color theory class. This is a Python class. So here we go. So we're going to create a class called switch color, or color switches, how about that? switches color. No. Let's just do color base. And it's going to, this class is going to inherit from type enum. And we will go like that. Now, Python doesn't really do like straight up enum data types. We have to do the trick that they use in C. So what we have to do is create our enum variables inside this class to make them accessible. So we're going to create purple. And for the enum class, they have to be all caps. Purple is equal to 0. Orange is equal to 1. And green is equal to 3. Add 2. It can be any number you want, really, as long as they're different. All right. But if they're sequential, you can do some cool stuff with this value, too. So next, we need to create our color variables. So we'll go inside our component here. And we're going to create self.purple is equal to, and this is how we use our enum, color base dot purple. And now we have an enum. Isn't that great? Then self dot orange is equal to color base dot orange. And self dot green, guess where this is going? It's equal to color base white. Just kidding. It's going to green. All right. And we got our enums declared. Well, actually, we don't need to do that because we need to change the standard variables. So you can erase all that. I was a fool, but now I'm not. It's going to be self.color is equal to purple. There we go. And now we have to define what each of these colors are. So we'll do self.purple is equal to a list, self.orange is equal to a list. I can type right. And self.green is equal to a dictionary. No, it's equal to a list. A list. All right. Now that we've done that, the next thing to do is get our color values for our list. So, since these are 32-bit floating point colors in Python, they're between the like 0.0 and a bunch of zeros and 1. So let's go ahead and find out what purple is. Well, we know what purple is, except I kind of like this lavender purple, but we'll go ahead and just do straight up purple. So purple is green and red, or red and blue, rather. And these are all in RGB. A. So purple is going to be, let's do 0.75 red, 0.0 green, and 0.75 blue. Now let's keep consistent, make it like that. Then for orange, we're going to do For orange, we have to actually do red more than green because 100% red and 100% green make yellow in the RGB color space. So we're going to do 1.0 for red. We'll do orange. We'll do 0.6 for. Let's go ahead and space these out. And we'll do them right. We'll do them Pythonically. Fine. .6 and 0.0. But you'll notice our lists are incomplete because this is RGBA. So now we have to do 1.0 for our alpha channel and 1.0 for our alpha channel. Then for green, green is just 100% green. If we want to make it a yellowish green, we have to raise the red. So we'll do 0.3 red and 1.0 green, 0 blue, and full alpha channel. So here's a quiz for you. If we were to run this last value here, the alpha, through a for loop, or just in the update function and increment it down, what would happen? The answer is that this cube would fade into nothingness because it has no alpha. Anything that's visible has some sort of alpha. So if we made it 0, alpha 0, our cube would be translucent or disappear. Isn't that great? I want to disappear. Now, let's continue on. So right now it's set to purple, and so let's go ahead and color our object. So what we can do here is we're going to go into our node tree. Let's try using the color method first. So let's try doing self.object.color. Let's see what it does. The object of the color RGBA. Isn't that great? That's just like our lists. Let's try that. Equals self.orange. And we'll write the file. Go into our text editor in UPBGE and open our Enum tutorial Python file. And here it is. It's all right here. Isn't that great? It's the magic of using Vim. You should all use Vim or Helix or Sublime, but not VS Code. VS Code is for pansies. All right, moving on. Go to add, so to add this component, we have to use the name of our Python script, which is enum tut.py, but we're just going to put a dot, and then the name of our component, so color switcher. And click OK. And it showed up. And when we run our game, this purple should change to probably a darker purple. And it did not change because color doesn't work unless we bring up our node pane. So we're going to split our window. We're going to bring up shader editor. And we're going to go to the material of our, I don't know why they bring up the end menu now. 4.4 is kind of weird. All right. So we're going to add a node called object properties, I believe. Object info. And you'll notice we have this little color thing here. I believe color corresponds to the color in the self.object color thing. So we're going to attach this to color. And right now you'll see it's white. Very dull, very boring, very beautiful, but still white. And now we will try to run our script. Also, it'd be helpful if I didn't add it to the camera. And now when we press play, it is orange. It's kind of a pale orange. Let's change it a little bit. So let's make it darker by more on the red side by lowering our green. So let's do 0.3. Save it. And then if we run it, look at that beautiful orange boy. He's such a happy cube. Such a great orange cube. All right, moving on. Well, now that he's orange, we need to be able to switch him, though. So how do we do that with a component? Well, there are different ways. We could switch it from the interface using, but this is about using enums. So we need to use enums to do it. So we'll go ahead and clear this out and change this to pass for now, just to get rid of that annoying red dot. All right. Now we're going to create a function. And we want to basically pass in, we're going to do this functionally, so it's going to be more functional, but we're going to pass in our color value and our color enum and our color variable. So let's do it. So we'll call this function color switch. It'll inherit from self. And we need to add 2 arguments. So we'll add arg1 and arg2. So the first one's going to be our enum. So this is where we're going to use our switch statement. So let's do match arg1. And we use a case statement. And then we choose our different cases. So our first one's going to be color base dot purple. Color base dot orange. And case color base dot green. Next, we're going to then change the object color to be each of these variables. So we'll do self.object.color is equal to self.purple self.orange self.object color is equal to self.orange and self.green object is equal to, let's fix that. Self.green. And then we're also going to do this. We're going to go ahead and add a white. Self.white is equal to 1.0, 1.0, 1.0, 1.0. And we'll add it up here. Right now we've done that. We only need one argument. So let's do that. Next, let's we're going to use the keyboard to toggle between them. So we'll press the space bar to switch between them. So we'll do def, space press, keyboard is equal to bg.logic.keyboard. And going to need to create another variable called pressed. Is equal to bg.logic.keyboard. No, we're going to do types. Okay. Oh, it's events. No, where's that? Give me a second here. It's been a while since I've done this. All right. I remember now. Okay. It's pressed is going to be equal to bglogic.kx input just activated. Oh, let's do it on release. That'll be fun. Just activated. Okay. And we'll do if pressed in BGE dot events dot keyboard BGE dot events dot space key dot Q. Is that right? We'll see if that works. Probably won't. Let me check that real quick. All right, I'm back again. Aren't you lucky? Okay, so it's going to be dot inputs bracket BGE events space key bracket dot Q. There we go. So if we press it, what we're going to do is we are going to switch the enum color. Yep. So we'll go ahead and pass this for now because we want to see our other function work, right? So we'll do that first. So let's go ahead and call our function update. Self dot color switch, and then our argument will be self dot color. Oops, that was nice. Self dot color. There we go. So the way this is working right now is our color is set to purple. It's going into argument 1 of color switch. It'll find this enum value here and make it purple. So if we go back to our beautiful white cube in UPBGE and initiate the engine. Well, first I have to save the file. Hold on. Then I reload the file, and now if we press play, he's purple. And then if we change the value of this variable to orange, and save it, he's orange. And if we change the value of the variable to white, let's do green first. He's already white, we don't care about that. He's green. So that's the magic of enums. It allows you to assign a descriptor to an integer and then do it. But what if we wanted to cycle through these? Well, we can do that too. So what we'll do is we'll create an incrementer. So do self.c increment equals 0. And then when we press the space bar, what we'll do is we will go if self.color is less than or greater than or equal to 0, and self.color, oh, that's weird. There we go. Yep. And self.color is less than or equal to, and we only have 3 here. We have 4 total, but we got 4 values, but there's 0 through 3. Self dot increment incrementer is plus equals 1. And then next we'll do if cinker is equal to 4, set it to 0. And that'll allow us to cycle through them. And then here, at the bottom of our function, we will do self dot color dot value is equal to self dot cinker. So what this does is basically each of these values associated with this increment is going to switch that color. So when it's 0, it'll be purple. If cinker is equal to 1, it'll switch to orange, green, white. All right. We're going to take this function. Oh, I have to fix that. There we go. So we take this function and put it down here. And save it. Reload it. When we start up, it turns purple. Oh, I got an error. Oh. Okay, so how do we gotta do this? Self.color is equal to let's do it, maybe do it this way. Let's see if this works. Attribute error white. Oh, I misspelled white. Okay. Try again. Well, it doesn't like that. Ooh. I'll be right back. All right, I think I figured it out. So we're going to go ahead and use another switch statement here. And we'll give this a try. So first we're going to create a switch statement up here. And we'll do match self.anchor. And we'll do case 0. Case 1. Case 2. Case 3. And in each of those cases, we'll do self.color is equal to purple. Is equal to color base orange. Case 3. Self dot color base is equal to color base white. And we'll do if key pressed, then self.anchor plus equals 1. And if self.anchor is, it's C anchor. It's equal to 4. Self dot is equal to 0. And that has to be is equal to, there we go. That looks good. Save it. Go back to Blender and reload it. Now we've done that, we can go so when I press spacebar, it changes. Maybe that's not good enough. Maybe we want red too. So how do we do that? Well, we just go up here and we add red and we set it to 4. And we go here and we go self.red is equal to 1.0, 0.0, 0.0, and 1.0. Because this is RGBA. And then we go down here and we add red to here. And we add a case 5 here, or case 4. Color vase. Always wanted a vase. No, I don't. Alright, there we go. And we save it. Oops. We go back to UPBGE and we reload it. Reload our script. And then when I press play, look, it's purple. And now I press spacebar, it's orange. And that's green. That's white. That's purple. What happened? If we go back to our script, I got to change this to 5 because there's 5 values now. So when it equals 5, it'll go back to 0. Purple, press spacebar, orange, green, white, and red. Purple. So this is how you toggle things in UPBGE with Enums. This could apply to sounds. You could have your Enums, let's say you had a song file called purple, right? Well, in color-based purple, you could put, the path to your sound file, right? And you had a song called orange. You could do a path to your sound file. And then suddenly, you can use this method to switch between different audio files and change your music in a game. You can use this, you could set enums to go to certain textures. So if you have different skins for your characters, right? You could just add the enum value and point it to the file. Or if you just want to create a color, change the color, you just create your color and add it and just go through this. So that's how you use enums. I hope you are grateful. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.